Welcome to my channel. My name is Jared. This is another Sunday update video. I also post silent build videos on Fridays and sometimes on Wednesdays, so be sure to check those out. Today we're going to talk about the Land Cruiser, the Beetle, and the Model T. Walter? Walter? Well, we got a glimpse of Walter. We'll see if he comes back in to see us. So the Land Cruiser, I just posted a silent build video a few days ago on this, and if you haven't already seen it, you should check it out. I basically went from having just the block and the head on the frame to the fully assembled engine and have it running in one video. So I put everything you see here on it and I got it running. This is the second time that I've got this engine running, so it did go a little bit faster. Oh, here's Walter. What's up, buddy? Thanks for coming in to say hi. This is my dog, Walter. He likes to show up in a lot of the videos. Hi, buddy. But yeah, so as I was saying, it did go faster this time because I'd already figured out the location of everything, the wiring, all the stuff I had to do the first time. But now it's rebuilt, and it should be good to go for a long time. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to try to break it in. I ran it for that video, basically just to get it started and show that it runs. But I haven't run it anymore since, and I'm going to try to decide what the best option is. I don't think it's a good idea to just start it, let it run for a few minutes and shut it off. I don't think I want to do that over and over. That's probably not the best way to wear it in. It probably needs to be started and then ran for a long period of time. So maybe I'll figure out a good ventilation system in here, and I'll start it up and let it run for like a half hour or something someday soon. But it runs good. I had a little bit of issues like this. This stud, there's some issue with either the stud or the threads inside here, so I'm gonna have to fix that. The threads on this bolt got a little bit damaged, I think, when the head was being rebuilt, so I'm gonna address that. But basically, it's good to go. I mean, it's running. The next step for the Land Cruiser is going to be installing the transmission. I got new seals to reseal the transmission, and then I'll put a fresh coat of paint on it, and I'll get it back in here and get the drive shafts in. And then after that, it will be time to move on to getting the tub finished, do all the body work on the tub so that I can put it back on the frame, and then I can actually drive this thing in and out of the shop and move it around easily. Another project that I'm going to work on is the air cleaner. So this fuel injection system, you know, you can get just a standard generic air cleaner for it that works really well, but it doesn't look very good. What I'm going to try to do is I've got the correct original style air cleaner where the air cleaner part is here and there's like a thing that connects it and it attaches here. So I'm going to try to adapt that to make it work on this fuel injection system. This section of the throttle body is much larger than where it would have sat onto the carburetor. So I'm going to have to cut this section of that air filter off and try to make something new to make it work. So that's another project that'll be coming up soon on the Land Cruiser. I'll definitely want to do that while I've got the body off of it, so it'll be easy to access all this stuff to make that. But yeah, the Land Cruiser is coming along really well. Some people have asked about what coating I put on the exhaust. This is just a spray paint that I got from the local hardware store. It's a high temp paint. It's supposed to be good even for exhaust manifolds. So we'll see how it holds up, but it does look a lot better. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the Land Cruiser. So the Beetle, still here in the shop. I forgot to mention last time I got a roof rack for this, and I painted it white. I didn't do a video on that. But anyway, I painted this white, and now I'm working on kind of staging it a little bit. I've got a cooler over there that I may or may not keep on it, but I'm also looking for a surfboard, so I'm gonna have a surfboard on here. I think that'll look cool for the car. But basically the progress that I've made on the engine is, one, I've been cleaning it up. So I've degreased it, I'm getting it a little bit cleaner in preparation for pulling the heads off. I've also been working on painting the tins. Not all of them are done yet, but some of the engine tins have been painted. And then I've got the intake over there, the one that was broken. I ordered a new one, I've got it painted. I also got some of the parts I ordered. I got the new mounts for the transaxle, and I got the new seals for the drive shaft seals that come out of the transaxle, but I don't have the drive shafts yet. So the next video on the Beetle is most likely going to be me taking the heads off of this engine, inspecting it, and then deciding where we go from there, whether it's a lot of time spent cleaning up the heads and, you know, reseating the valves and stuff like that, or if it's just everything looks pretty good, put it back together with new seals on these push rod tubes so that hopefully they don't leak, and then start getting ready to go back in the car. But regardless, so there's going to be a video on the engine, and there's going to be a video on the transaxle, pulling that out, cleaning it, sealing it, and putting it back in. So those are the two main things that have to happen to get this engine back in the car and get it running again. And once that happens, once the Beetle runs and I can move it, then I'm going to pull the Honda back in here, and I've got a few projects. I've got some of the parts that I ordered for the Honda, so I've got a few projects to do on that. So there'll be some videos on the Honda coming up soon also. But okay, so that's the Land Cruiser, that's the Beetle. On to the Model T. We'll go out there in a second. I'll show that to you. But quickly, I'll show you what I've got in here. So I've ordered parts for the Model T. Some of them have come in and are starting to come in. I've got the radiator here. This thing was not cheap. It's about $1,000 for the radiator. I've also got the fabric there that goes on the outside of the top. But I'm actually not going to be able to use that fabric for a while because it turns out that there are several steps that need to be done before you put that on there. But so here's the Model T. You can see there I'm working on painting the wheels. I've got that white stuff as just the primer. But I've got the wheels. We've got the rims taken off the wheels. So I'm going to sandblast those and paint them. And then I've got new tires for them. But so the Model T, I've cleaned it up a little bit more since the last video. It's still pretty similar to the way it was. But so before I can put that vinyl on the top, I have to put the headliner in. It actually goes, the headliner goes in, you have to attach it from above. So I've got to do the headliner first, so obviously I've got to fix the wood frame, put the headliner in, and then I can put the vinyl top on. But also along with the headliner, this fabric that goes on the sides here goes over the top as well, and that goes underneath the headliner. So I have to put the interior fabric, the upper fabric on the whole car, I have to install that, then install the headliner, and then I can install the vinyl roof that goes on top of the wood, and that's all after I repair the wood. And some of this wood is more rotted than I had hoped, so we'll see how that goes. There are kits, of course, that you can buy to replace all the wood on the roof, but it's pretty expensive. It's like $600 for the kit. So we'll try to repair and replace just the rotted pieces myself, and then if that doesn't work, then I'll have to get the kit. I've also ordered a bunch of fabric for the interior. I have done a little bit of interior work, like on boats and things like that. I have a good sewing machine. I have the tools to do interior work. I don't enjoy it that much. I'm not great at it. And I didn't really want to make these seat covers myself. But the interior kits I looked at, one, they're about $2,000 to $2,500. That's not including the carpet. That does come with new door panels and new seat covers and all the fabric you need. But I did some research, and one, it takes a long time to get them. It's going to be a couple months to get one. Two, from what I read online, they don't seem to be that good of quality. The material actually doesn't match that well, apparently. And just the quality of them is not that great. So for that amount of money, I would want a good quality kit, and I don't think that's what I would get. And I don't want to wait 2 months to find out that the kit is not really that good of quality, and it was expensive. So I ordered the fabric, not to mention the headliner. I need that headliner. I don't want to wait 2 to 3 months just to get the headliner to put this in. So anyway, I've ordered a bunch of fabric. I'm going to be using Sailrite fabric. I'm sorry, Sunbrella fabric. I get it from a company called Sailrite. But Sunbrella fabric is really good fabric. It's what I've used in boats before. It's very durable. It's going to be much better fabric than what the stock would have been for sure, and even what the stock kits would be. It won't be 100% correct, but you know, the car is not going to be a showpiece anyways. But it is a similar pattern and color, so it will look pretty good and pretty original. But so anyway, The interior, I will be doing it all myself now, which will take longer, but it'll make for some good videos, and I'll be able to get the fabric and stuff for that roof much sooner. But so that's the inside. I have some plans for the outside as well. So I won't go too much into those right now, but I do plan on cleaning up the outside and coating it so that it can be preserved as it is. The wheels, I'm already working on that. I'm going to paint those. The first step is to get the new tires on the wheels so this thing can roll easily, and then I'll have the option of moving it in and out. So I can just roll it out, I can work on the body for the FJ for a little while, then I can roll this back in and work on this. So that's step one, is getting it to roll. After that, the main thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to pull the engine. I've got new gaskets already, a new gasket set for the engine. I've got the radiator you saw, I've got all the radiator hoses. I've got new plugs for it. I bought new, all new wires, all original spec. They're amazing. The wires look really cool. I'm looking forward to putting those in. But so, I'll clean up the engine bay. I'm gonna paint the engine. I've got some engine paint for it. I'll reseal it. I'm gonna take the head off and inspect it, and hopefully there's no major issues. I'm betting that I can just clean it up and get it going. But yeah, so I'll pull the engine, clean all that up, get it ready to go, and then put it back in and get it to run. And then after that, I'll keep working on the interior and just kind of making it look nicer. But yeah, so that's the Model T. I'm already pretty impressed with it, the way that it is. I mean, considering how bad it looked when I got it, it's looking a little bit better now. But I'm surprised that a lot of the bolts and things are actually coming off relatively easy. Considering how old it is and how rusty it is and how long it sat, I thought that it would be fighting me more than it is. And so far, knock on wood, it seems to be coming together, or coming apart, I should say, pretty good. So that's a good sign. But so that's the Model T. That's the Beetle. That's the Land Cruiser. So that's enough rambling for this week. Thanks for watching, guys. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Okay, bye.